What's up, comic book fans? Hey, it's Caleb from the Southern Fried Geekery podcast, coming back at you with one of those SFG side dishes that I do every week, where I talk about New Comic Book Day, my gets, what I picked up at the shop. If you don't know me, you're like, what's this SFG thing? That's fine. It's a podcast. Me and some friends of mine do. We drop new episodes every Sunday. You can find them anywhere you can find your other podcasts: Stitcher, Podbean, Google Play, iTunes, iHeartRadio, all that fun stuff. We talk about comics, geek culture, manga every once in a while, a little bit of everything. I have been sick all week. I have a little sinus thing going on, so I'm going to be drinking hot tea so I don't cough your head off while I do this. Because that's what kind of 31-year-old party animal I am on a Wednesday. So let's dive right into it. Alright, so today is a good day, especially for me, because I've got several friends with books coming out today that I'm really excited about. So it's a good day for independent comics. Starting off with Reaver #1 from Justin Jordan, Rebecca Isaacs, and Alex Guillemets, who Alex Guillemets is an awesome colorist. He's been kicking all kinds of ass. I keep seeing him pop up everywhere, and he likes stuff on our Instagram page all the time. So shout out to you, Alex. You're doing a great job. Keep it up, man. Seriously, keep it up. It's awesome. Reaver #1 from Image Comics. Definitely on the hype train for that. Another buddy of mine, loosely, but I say buddy. I know him. He knows me. We recognize each other at cons. I give him money every month. And that's Mr. Cullen Bunn with Unearthed #1. From also art by Kyle Stram and Baldemir Rivas. This book is going to be cray-cray because it's Cullen Bunn doing what Cullen Bunn does best, man. A little psychological horror thing. All kinds of weirdness going on there. Kyle Stram is killer on the arts. Actually, he did a book with Justin Jordan a couple years ago. That dude's awesome. The book that damn near broke the internet. I got my copy. I'm excited. Second Coming from Mark Russell and Richard Pace. I should also mention Paul Mounts is in this book. Leonard Kirk and Andy Troy also. Great creative teams. It's from Ahoy Comics, so they're doing that thing that Ahoy does the best. And one of the only companies that does it, where they're giving you not only your main comic, but they're also going to give you some extras. Like, you've got different books all through here that you get to enjoy, and that's rad because you're getting the most bang for your buck. They're giving you really, really cool stuff. Spoiler warning, I read the book already, laughed my ass off. For those of you who are kind of standoffish about it because maybe you have some religious predilections, honestly, the book's not... it's lighthearted, but we're not talking about Garth Ennis level blasphemy here. God is essentially the God of the Old Testament. He's wrathful. Yeah, he cusses a little bit, but he's God. He can do that. Jesus, straight up Jesus from the Bible, wants to heal the sick, wants to take care of the poor. And we're kind of seeing how it fits into that modern day world. And if it can at all. Little crossover action here. Jeff Lemire, Black Hammer meets the Justice League with art by Michael Walsh and Nate Picos. Gonna kind of see how this universe that Jeff Lemire has invented stands up with classic superheroes. The whole Black Hammer universe has been kind of a love letter to just the comic industry. You've got Golden Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age. You've got modern stuff, and so I'm curious to see what he excuse me. I'm curious to see how it stands up next to some of the analogs that it mimics, so to speak. A book I know nothing about from a publisher I've never bought before. Strangelands. I grabbed it because I really, really dug the cover. The colors struck me. It's from a publisher called Humanoids, which I've never read any of, so I'm going in here blind. The only thing I know about it is that it's it's being co-written by Mags Visaggio and Darcy Littlebadger. Art by Guillermo Santa, Brian Valenza on the colors, Large World Studios on the letters. I know Mags. I know I've read some of her work before, and it's super cool. You know, she's up for an Eisner this year, so there's definite quality. I've got dogs going bananas. You want to say hi? No? You're going to run away? Okay. The dogs want to be part of the show, which is cool. Jumping over to the House of Ideas. War of the Realms, Omega. It's a little wrap-up action. Jason Aaron. I'm assuming, it says Garney. I'm assuming we're talking about Ron Garney here. I haven't really opened it up to check it out. To be sure, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, it's Ron Garney. Doing this, kind of wrapping out everything that has to do with what happened with War of the Realms. I read all of it, so I might as well read the wrap-up. Also, Mr. Jason Aaron, with another issue of the Avengers, number 21. The last issue focused really heavily on She-Hulk. So now that War of the Realms has wrapped up, not spoiling anything that happened with that, but things revolving around Thor happened, as you might imagine, with the Thor-centric book. I'm definitely all about that. Something I'm going to give a shot to. Y'all are ridiculous right now. You're just ridiculous. You want to say hi? We're playing. Dog dads. Fun stuff. Invisible Woman, number 1. It's going to be a miniseries by Mark Waid and Matea de Ilus. I don't know what to think about this book. I got it because of Mark Waid. Mark Waid writing Susie. It's not really a hard stretch. When I flip it open, I'm not in love with the art, but I don't dislike it either. You know, having not only seen a glimpse of it or two, I'm kind of just in that middle ground where I can see, as I read back into it, I can see it looks a lot like Ariel Olivetti stuff. So he's not hiding his influences, which is cool as an artist. I'm fine with that. Maybe it's a little too heavily rendered for my personal aesthetic taste, which is, again, not a judgment. That's just a personal thing. You might dig it, and if you do, that's what it's all about. Rock on. More Jason Aaron, because apparently just everything is by him these days. Thor came out this week, number 15, by again Jason Aaron and Mike Del Mundo. We're gonna wrap up this story eventually and get on to the next thing. I'm excited about what's coming down the line because they're bringing Jane Foster back in a superhero role again, but not Thor the way she was. So hell, I'll spoil it. She's gonna be Valkyrie. It's gonna be rad. I can't wait. A book I'm really excited about because, number 1, I love the title. I've loved it since both since Marvel took over the Conan line. They've been killing it, crushing it, amazing things. We are getting a new writer on Savage Sword of Conan. He's new on the title, but he's not new to me. He's not new to me, and he's probably not new to you. And it's Jim Zub, who follow Jim. He loves Conan. He's great with these sword and sorcery things. It's awesome. Patch Zurcher, who I'm a big fan of Patch's art. He's drawing this, man, with colors by Hava Cartiglia. I'm all about this, man. I'm excited because Jim Zub and Patch together, dude. I don't know what to be more excited about. Patch drawing Conan, like Crom is pleased if Crom can ever be pleased. Another Jim Zub book, not to be left behind. Seems like I've got a repetition of writers this week. Champions number 7 from Jim Zub. Let's see here. See if I can find the rest of the team. I cannot. Zub and Cummings and Mintz. They're being sneaky, hiding the names. I don't know Cummings. The art looks fine. Jim Zub has been writing a hell of a story in this. I love the kids. It's filling the hole that is left in my heart from not having Young Avengers. And that's what I want. So according to the cover, not spoiling anything because it's right on the cover, we're gonna be going for the search for Nova's helmet. Sam Alexander lost his Nova powers. He's just been kind of acting as like a pilot, kind of depressed because he doesn't feel useful in the way that he did. Excuse me. Hopefully I won't do this on podcast on Sunday. From the distinguished competition, Swamp Thing, Roots of Terror, Lynn Wein, Kelly Jones, Tom King, Jason Fabok, Brian Azzarello, Greg Capullo, and more. This is actually my menu book, my fresh pick on this past week's podcast, telling you guys to look out for it because it's a hardcover, full of Swamp Thing stories, $15 for a hardcover. You're not going to beat that. It's not going to happen. Thanks, DC. Plus, Jason Fabok and Tom King together, man. That's no-brainer. And hey, if your local comic book shop gives you a discount, or if you buy the DCBS, paid less than $15 for a hardcover with amazing art and Swamp Thing? Okay. I'm down with it. Event Leviathan, number 2. I'm on the struggle bus, y'all. I'm sorry. Event Leviathan, number 2, coming out. This is, of course, by... it's by Brian Bendis. Excellent art in it, even though I can't find the artist's name. I'm just a failure pile today. Alex Maleev doing art on this book. It's a really dark book. Not sure what all is going on. All of the kind of clandestine organizations have been broken down. I enjoy Alex Maleev's art. I think he's doing a wonderful job on it. I'm hit or miss when it comes to Bendis, but I think Bendis really has been crafting a really cool world over at DC since he's jumped over. There's been a lot of fun happening there. Next but not least is Wonder Woman, number 74, written by G. Willow Wilson, with art by Jesus Marino and Zercamo, one of those single name people like Cher or Prince. Romulo Ferrato Jr. still on the covers, or the colors, I should say. It's been a great series. They're if you've been keeping up with it, you know that they've gone to another world. They're still missing all the Olympians. Should be a good time. Hawkman, number 14. Robert Venditti still writing a great Hawkman story. Brian Hitch is no longer on the title, which is fine. They've got some really great artists that are backing him up, like Pat Olive, who's doing this issue, and Tom Palmer, who's on the inks. Jeremiah Shipper doing the colors. An amazing, amazing Hawkman run already. They should all be proud. What they're doing with that character, hands down, the best that character's been written in forever. Robert Venditti's just a talent. DC is lucky to have him. We want more. Please give us more of that. Detective Comic, written by Peter Tomasi and drawn by Kyle Hotz, with colors by Barron. We're getting the Spectre, y'all. You're getting the Spectre and Batman book. What else do you want? Really fun stories, man. Kyle Hotz he's a hot little artist. He has this kind of he's a throwback artist, I think is what I would say. Like he's not doing a lot of stuff that I would call quote unquote modern for modern comic art. He's looking back to the late 80s, early 90s Batman artists and really giving you that era. Maybe modernized a little bit. I'm not dying, I promise. And last but certainly not least, still marching towards the end here, Batman, number 74, Tom King, Mikhail Janin, and Jordi Belair on the colors, Father versus Son in the Desert. We're now still in a little bit of weirdness with this title, but we're getting Bruce, and we're getting the ultimate version of Batman, who was the Flashpoint. It was his dad. Is now jumped over somehow. We're not real sure. Still trying to figure out how Bane fits into this whole thing. Again, it's lots of strangeness. There's a lot of misdirection happening here. And maybe too much for my taste. I seem to be enjoying Detective more. The craft that Tom is doing in the book is great. Like, the web he's weaving is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. And if they do an omnibus version of this, and you get to go back and read the entire story compressed and condensed together, not months apart, I think there's going to be some fantastic case study there in comic book writing, because he is a next level writer. He is doing stuff we've never seen before, I think, and at least from the craft, I like it a lot. I think maybe I enjoy his more condensed stories better because of that, because they're not so spread out and far in between. Last but certainly not least, just in all the things I picked up today, a freebie from Marvel, the Young Guns 2019 sketchbook. There's some new names in here, there's some old names, some stuff you're going to recognize. Marvel's Young Guns. The name is deceiving. A lot of these guys have been in the industry a long time. Folks like Russell Dodderman, Aaron Cooters in it again, as he should be. Marco Cicchetto is a Young Gun now. Not really sure how that works, but Javier Garrón, Mike Demundo. There's a lot of goodness in here. I just think maybe the Young Guns is a misnomer at this point, because these guys may be young in their careers as just being Marvel artists, locked in Marvel artists, but they're certainly not new to the industry. So, well, that's really all I got for you guys. It's a little personal pitch for the podcast. On the 20th, July the 20th, if you live in and around Central Arkansas, the SFG crew is recording a live episode at Kapow Comics over on Keel Avenue in Sherwood, Arkansas. Come hang out with us. Rumor has it we're going to have some pizza, start at 5 o'clock. It's going to be a good time. We're posting flyers around. We posted on our Facebook group. We're posting on our Instagram group. All places that you guys can see it. We would love to have you. And what we're going to be doing is our halftime report for 2019. So, ourselves included, a lot of shows do the best of at the end of the year. We like to do a halftime show, kind of show you the state of where we're at in comics, as far as what we're really enjoying, what we're liking, because a year's a long time, and a lot of times you just forget stuff. So this is a good way for us to keep up with it. If you guys listen to the show, you know me. I have spreadsheets for spreadsheets, so got a lot of decision making to do to keep up with this stuff. But we really want you to come join us. We'd love to have you. Kapow is going to be hosting us graciously. Thank you to Kapow Comics and Matt and the crew over there, who I guess, because I'm the Sunday guy, myself is included in that, so pat myself on the back. Other than that, guys, listen to the show. Go forth, love some comics. Let us know what you're reading. Come hang out on the Facebook page with us. We'd love to have you. And, yeah, that's all I got, man. Rock on. Be good.